guys, what's up? I feel like I haven't done a story time in quite a minute. I know some of you are very sad about that. Some of you might like it. I don't really know. Today I am bringing you the little secret story that I talked about in my last Tinder video. So if you haven't watched my last Tinder video, you should probably go watch that right now so that you have an idea of what I'm talking about and you can kind of hear the backstory and kind of understand why I made this its entire second story. This story is a little bit on the serious side, a little bit on the advice side, a little bit like maybe you guys can relate, I don't really know, or maybe this has happened to you. So I just kind of wanted to share this. I'm very open and honest with you guys. So let's get into this little secret story that I've really never talked about on the internet or really told anyone. Little disclaimer, I don't hate this person by any means. Actually, I love him to death, to be quite honest. This little occurrence that I'm going to be talking about happened like 2 years ago. This was all back in like 2014. Me and this person are honestly friends. Just a little experience that I've heard a lot of my friends talk about that have happened to them. And I've had this happen to me too. And it's pretty heartbreaking, so let's talk about it. Just a little reminder, this is the continuation story that you guys asked for like crazy in the comments on my last Tinder video. It was the first story, and this is what I'm talking about today. After the night that I first met this guy, everything was fine. I'd stayed pretty late. I'd met like his brother. I'd met his friends. Everything seemed fine. He seemed like he was very into me, I guess, in the moment. So I wasn't thinking anything bad about this. I thought I had a pretty solid Tinder date. I thought I had a pretty solid friend that was going to come out of this. We were texting pretty normally. I think I remember that night he actually texted me if I got home safe and everything like that. And girls, you know that is like the cutest thing when a guy makes sure that you got home safe or tells you when he gets home. So it's kind of like a continuation conversation starter that that person actually liked you. We honestly texted for a few days after, thought everything was great, thought, okay, this is going to be like a legit friendship. He seems like a really cool guy. But then something hit me deep to my core. Like deep to my core. And this is what happened. So we'll start off right here. Back in 2014 when I was going on all these Tinder dates, and this could honestly be a huge reason of why I did everything I did and why I went on so many Tinder dates and why I have all these crazy memories, because I just wanted to be validated with somebody's approval and love. And I think that that was a huge problem for me back then because I was insecure. I was insecure about the way that I looked. I was insecure about my body, number one. I was insecure really about who I was. But most importantly, number one was being insecure about my body. I have a whole video on body confidence and kind of an eating disorder I had growing up. So I don't really know exactly when this happened after this great Tinder date, or so I thought, or this friend that I was getting out of Tinder. Everything was fine, texting like normal, until one day, it was probably like a week later or something, we had actually gotten into a really big argument. And I remember this argument, and it was awkward, and I don't even remember exactly what it was about. I don't remember it all. I wish I could. I wish I had text, but let me tell you, this was like 2 years ago. I can just remember like the gist of this, so I'm giving it to you the best that I can. And so we had gotten into a text argument. And it was very petty. I remember that it wasn't over like anything huge. So he kept telling me that there was something that he didn't want to say because he knew that it would make me mad. And in my head, I felt like I knew exactly what he was going to say because I was going towards my insecurities. I was going towards, you know, what is he going to say? He's going to say the worst thing. He's going to say he's going to make me feel really low. He's going to take a big dig at my looks or something like that. And so basically what he said to me was that you look in person bigger than your pictures. I had gotten even more mad because I was like, wow, you really just hit like my biggest insecurity. That was really low. But honestly, how can I deny someone saying that when I met them in person and they've seen me and they've experienced me and they wanted to hook up with me and, you know, we'd kissed and stuff, like they'd kind of gotten an idea of what I looked like and they didn't like it. Not that they didn't necessarily like it, because he kept saying, oh, well, I mean, like, you're pretty, but, like, you're just bigger than your pictures. I actually remember the night that we hung out, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but on that night, we were sitting next to each other on the couch, and I had my legs up on the coffee table, and he had his up next to me, too, on the coffee table, and he kind of, like, looked at my legs, and he, like, grabbed them, and he said something to them, and I don't really remember. He obviously didn't say anything like, oh, like, wow, like bad, but I think he said something about like, wow, like you have thick ass legs, like thick, like you're thick, and kind of like trying to make it like a good thing. And so I didn't really think anything of it in the moment. I was like, well, I don't know, maybe he likes thick thighs, because that's what I got, that's what Mama's got. But then he made it sound like it was a really terrible thing, and I was just like, not very cute. So I'm gonna kind of like tell you a little bit of like my perspective on this before I go into advice and kind of like talk to you guys about it, because this was honestly an occurrence that like never has left my mind. I've been 100 pounds and people have called me fat, and I've been 130 pounds and people have called me fat. I've been over the spectrum, you guys. I've been all over, and people have always basically called me fat. My perspective on this, and this is exactly what I was doing. I told you I was very insecure about my body. I was very, very insecure about it. So what I would do back in 2014, and I don't really know if I have any of the pictures left on my Instagram. I've deleted a lot since then. But basically my mom had bought me like this $10 mirror from Target, and I had it in like my little room. And it was a very slim mirror. It was very cheap. It was very like flimsy, but it was also very slim. And my mom would always come in my room, and she would always joke, and she would look in the mirror, and she'd go, this is the skinny mirror. This mirror, you know, makes me look so good. And she would always come into my room to try on her clothes when she wanted to feel good about herself, because my little $10 skinny mirror was making her look skinnier to her. And I was like, oh no, like maybe she's just, you know, that's just what she thinks. And I was looking at myself in this mirror, believing what I was seeing. And honestly, it was deceiving. It wasn't exactly what I looked like. It was weirdly slimming. Mirrors can do that. Mirrors can have that effect where some of them make you look bigger, some of them make you look really a lot smaller, and some of them make you look exactly how you are. So this like slimming mirror in my room, I convinced myself that is what I look like, and I let myself basically literally eat a little bit more. Like I think I gained probably like 5 pounds, 10 pounds maybe living in this house when I had this certain mirror. And because literally I was convincing myself that this skinny mirror was exactly what I looked like. So what I would do basically is I would take Instagram pictures and I would take them in the mirror with that mirror. So it would still reflect the same. I would still look a lot tinier. And especially my legs would look a lot tinier. Like I'm telling you, like any mirror pic that I take today is in like a clothing store, or it's just in like my big mirrors, my closet door mirrors in my room. Like my legs honestly look like stumps. Like that's totally real. But this wasn't legit. This really didn't look completely like my body, and I would post these pictures on Instagram. Honestly, genuinely, I can completely admit to this. Like I was so insecure about myself, I felt like I had to post pictures that didn't look like my body really, because I didn't want to show that I had thick thighs and a thick butt, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't into that. I wanted skinny little legs. So basically, like I understood where this guy was coming from. I get where he could have gotten that misconception back then, because I was not portraying myself very truthfully, to be quite honest. And I don't even think it was really intentional. Like I wasn't sitting there like editing my body. And also, little side note, I'm actually in the process of losing weight right now, so be proud of me. I think I've lost like maybe between 5 to 10 pounds already, and I've been going for like 2 weeks, so that's lit. That just reminded me. So if anyone has any mean comments to say, I mean, honestly, fuck it. Do what you want. So that was my secret story. That was the thing that I wasn't comfortable talking about when I first made that Tinder video, because I was like, I don't really know if I want to go into depth. That was the lowest point to stab me in at that point in my life, so I will never forget that, never forgot that. But this is the thing that I want to talk about with you guys, because I've read on multiple websites, I like researched after that day, why do guys go for girls' weights as kind of like their insult? And I literally, there was pages on this, there was questions and answers on this, like it was a thing. And I was like, this particular moment wasn't a thing, but I've had guys do this to me on Tinder when I hadn't even met them. And I've talked to so many girls recently, back in the day, back then, you know, throughout this entire time since this has happened. And a lot of them, this has happened to. Like, honestly, leave a comment down below if you've ever gotten a comment saying that you were fat or saying that your body wasn't adequate. I just want to say like my piece with it and kind of talk to you about it. I haven't, you know, been attacked like this nowadays or anything like that. I would definitely say my pictures are as accurate as can be. But I want to say that if anybody tries to tear down your body or tear down who you are when you're trying to put your best foot forward always, like we're always trying to put our best foot forward on the internet, right? On our social medias. We're always trying to put our best foot forward when we meet someone, right? Always. And for anyone to tear us down for that, it's like we're really just trying our best. Our bodies come in all different shapes and sizes. All different shapes and sizes. And I think it's so rough to judge someone's body because that is the hardest thing for us to accept about ourselves. We're all fucking different. We're all different, okay? None of us are the same. And, you know, if you've ever gotten a comment like this or anything like this has happened to you that has happened to me, please don't take it to heart. Please know that you're beautiful. Please know that you can come to me if you need anything. Because, honestly, it's happened to me before. It fucking hurts, but you get past it and it makes you more confident in the end. And you can really realize what you're doing. Maybe you are avoiding posting pictures of your body because you don't like it. I'm sorry, honey. Show that shit off, okay? You are amazing the way that you are. You don't need to do anything for anyone. And if someone doesn't want to accept you for how you are, then I'm sorry. Say goodbye. I completely understand if you're deceiving someone and you're completely different online than you are in real life. Like, yeah, that person might be upset. But to really just attack such a simple thing as like being a little bit thicker than a picture, just like, it just kind of gets me going. And like, I don't even know where I'm going with this. And I'm rambling so much. And I'm so sorry. And I don't mean to attack anyone. I'm not mad at anyone. I'm not mad at this dude. I'm not mad at any gender. I'm not mad at like anything. I just have a lot of things to say, to be honest. It's so important to be healthy. It's so important to be at where you want to be, you know, where you want to be with your health and with what you look like. It's super important. Of course it is. But for the moment, for now, be fucking confident in yourself and people will try to tear you down. They will try to tear you down and they will tell you that you're not good enough. They will tell you that you're too big. They will tell you that you're fat. They will tell you that you're this and that. You're too skinny. I don't care if someone's knocking you down about being too skinny or too fat. It's all wrong, okay? Everybody is beautiful and I remember how much it broke my heart, and honestly it would break my heart to think that that has ever happened to you guys. A little mini story that I want to tell you guys that I actually heard someone that I didn't really know tell me this story, but I thought it was really funny and I thought it kind of fit in because it's like, girl, you do not have to go to these lengths. You are fine the way you are. Stop pretending. I was sitting with some people the other day and one of the girls was telling me a story that she was out like at the bars and the club with her friends, and one of the friends had to take all the pictures. So one of the friends took all of the pictures. So when all of her friends are asking, you know, can you send me the pictures? Like, I want to see them. Just send them to my phone. She goes,
no. Absolutely not.
And she looks like really upset, apparently. Everyone was kind of confused like what was going on, and then she told everyone that she has to edit all of the pictures before they get to see them and before she sends them away. So during the night, she spent the entire night basically editing all of their pictures for Instagram, and she didn't just edit her body or her face or anything, she edited everybody else's. And I just like kind of thought that that was sad. And I know, like, not a lot of people do that. That's probably, like, a silly story, too. You're kind of like, wow. And then once, basically, the girls got the pictures back, they were like, this doesn't even look like me. I think it's just, like, ridiculous. You shouldn't have to feel like you should be over here making your body look like Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner on Instagram. Just be happy with what you have. The funny thing is I saw those pictures and the girl that was editing them like crazy was beautiful. She did not have to do anything like that. And so I just thought it was crazy. Be happy with who you are and what God gave you. He made you this way. You're fabulous, boo-boo. Girl or guy, you're amazing. So that was just kind of like my advice and rant that I wanted to talk with you guys about. You know, it's fine to rant sometimes. Sometimes you just have a specific thing to talk about, and this was a huge life event for me. Like, for me personally, that was my biggest insecurity, so this is something that stays with me for my entire life. So I hope you guys took something out of this. I hope you guys kind of agree with me. Let me know in the comments down below if this has ever happened to you, because, you know, it's kind of good to build a community and we can all, like, support each other and all that stuff. It just, you know, it'll be great. So I love you guys so much. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It means so much to me. Let's see if we can get this video to like 4,000 likes. That would be amazing. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see your lovely, beautiful faces in my next video. Bye, guys.